You will notice that all the local representatives did get the shade. It looks like we're ready to go. Well, first and foremost, let me introduce myself. I'm Gregory Miller. I'm president of the American Hiking Society, and we're the founders in 1993 of National Trails Day, which is the largest outdoor celebration. So really appreciate all the excitement that's going on here in Colorado and all across the country. I want to really thank our organizers and volunteers. I want to give a special shout out to the Standley Lake Library for indulging us, and so really appreciate that. It's a wonderful facility here. And I just wanted just a few remarks, and you can see we have quite an illustrious group of players, and these are not just politicians and government agency representatives up here, but these are passionate trail advocates in every sense of the word, to my right and to my left behind me. In 1993, American Hiking Society, several of the federal agencies, we created National Trails Day as a rallying point for the public to experience the American landscape and to develop a deep sense of partnership and commitment to America's trails. I think many of you are aware that there is an outdoor recreation economy in this country that eclipses $648 billion a year. And that is a very robust economy here in the state of Colorado. And I think many of you work in that and benefit from it. But with a healthy Colorado economy also depends on healthy people. And while this is a state that is, of course, one of the healthiest in the country, the continued economy here in the state under Governor Hickenlooper's leadership really underscores the importance of trails to Colorado's economy, and that trails are a fundamental element of the public health infrastructure in Colorado and in all other of the 49 states. I came out to this event, I had a choice of going to any of the 50 states, and we've got over 2,000 National Trails Day events going on across all 50 states, Puerto Rico, Washington, D.C., and even several countries. But there is something special going on here in Colorado, and there is a really unique wisdom, I would say, at work supporting trails and public lands here in Colorado specifically. And 4 years ago to the month, Secretary Salazar and Governor Hickenlooper, right behind me, created this vision for the Rocky Mountain Greenway. And through their support and the persistence and partnership of myriad organizations, we now see and are celebrating today the Rocky Mountain Greenway. And today we're celebrating that vision and collaboration of the jurisdictions local, at the state level, and frankly at the national level, because this is a project of significant national importance as well as state importance. And we're really today celebrating not simply a new section of the Rocky Mountain Greenway Trail, but something much deeper. And there's three areas I just want to quickly send, and I'm sure the comments of our colleagues today are going to reflect that. Something really deeper is going on, and the first is this is all about connection. I think we're seeing that not only are we connecting three of the crown jewels within the Fish and Wildlife Service portfolio, but also eventually connecting up to Rocky Mountain National Park, but it's that connection of community with trails and with recreation. Very important. Second is access. This project really epitomizes the provision of safe and affordable access for youth, for underserved populations in urban and in the suburban realm here. And it's very important for us to be emphasizing that today. And then finally, this project really is emblematic nationwide of promoting healthy lifestyles. You have the connection, you have the access to trails, and the promotion that you see at the local and state and national level. We really have the formula then, and this is why I'm so proud to see this being celebrated on National Trails Day, to really promote the physical, the mental, and spiritual benefits of trails and outdoor recreation, and that we see this trail and the many other wonderful trails here in Colorado really help all Coloradans of all walks of life rekindle that all-important human-nature connection. So with that, I want to thank you all for coming out. This is exciting, and we have a wonderful lineup of people. Some are your supporters in particular parts of the geography here. So first, it's my pleasure to introduce Libby Sabo, who's the Jefferson County Commissioner. So Libby.
Thank you. And I want to welcome everybody to northern Jefferson County and Arvada, the best city in Colorado. Thank you for being here. I knew I'd get some support for that. It begins. That's why I like to go first. But something that is really special about this trail is the collaboration that went into it in getting the things started and moving, the vision of Governor Hickenlooper and Secretary Salazar, and then the ways that we at the local level can carry out that vision. And what I find really neat about this project and this vision that's moving forward is several things make us healthy, right? The physical, where we can go and we can hike and we can bike ride. But when we can also sit back and, as they sometimes say, look at the elk or smell the roses, that also makes us healthy. To sit back from the everyday nitty-gritty of life and just look at what's so special about Colorado. And also that we can get northern Jefferson County kind of in the loop. There's really no trail up here in the north. There's the Ralston Creek Trail that you can take down to Denver and on. But to connect the northern area where you could go up to Boulder, and if you so dare, ride all the way to Rocky Mountain National Park. It's an 80-mile drive or bike ride from the arsenal to the park, you know, and to be able to connect this northern area, which really doesn't have any connection. And sometimes it's a little dangerous when you're up here, if you've ever ridden your bike on Highway 93 or on Indiana. And this will provide a trail to take some of that dangerous riding, but get you where you really want to go, to see the beautiful Flatirons and to see some of those things that we hold dear and why we're here, why we live here in Jefferson County, and why we live in Colorado. So again, I just want to welcome you all to this great day and to this great project, and I look forward to hiking and biking with you all in the future.
Thanks so much, Libby. I'd like to introduce now Arvada's Mayor Pro Tem, Bob Pfeiffer, the other great city that...
The great city. Got some hecklers in the crowd too, so our wonderful mayor is not here right now, and you know, if he was here, he'd be probably the brightest dressed individual up here right now, and I'm trying to be a little bit more subtle today. But I do want to recognize, can you grab that for me? I do need to recognize my council members that also see the same vision we all have together for this community. Council member David Jones, Council member John Marriott, Council member Don Allard, Council member Mark Goff, and Council member Nancy Ford. We're really proud of our park, trails, and open space and recreation system here in the city of Arvada. Arvada boasts 109 parks, over 3,700 acres of open space, and over 150 miles of trails, off-street trails, for our community of about 115,000 citizens. And we're going to continue to grow that as a commitment by this City Council. We value our role our public lands have and our trails have to provide an outdoor recreation and nature exploring opportunities, and thank everyone present for spending National Trails Day here in Arvada. After this event, stay in Arvada and enjoy the National Trails Day event at Two Ponds National Wildlife Reserve and Majestic View Community Park and Nature Center and Ralston Central Park, where I was earlier kicking off the event. We actively pursue new opportunities to expand our vast network of the health and betterment of our community and support of our natural ecosystem. Arvada is proud to be a part of this project and have the Rocky Mountain Greenway Trail join our network on its 4.4 miles along Little Dry Creek and the Croak and Farmer Highline canals through this great city. We have been involved in the Rocky Mountain Greenway Trail planning, design, and implementation since 2012. Staff and City Council has been committed nearly 4 years to this project. Rocky Mountain Greenway Trail contributes greatly to furthering Arvada's trail network by completing long-planned connections within and beyond our own community, in addition to furthering the federal vision. But I want to take some time to talk about connections, and those connections are partnerships. We want to thank the Federal Highway Administration and Central Federal Land Division for excellent management of this project, the collective community of professionals and stakeholders they brought together, U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service and Two Ponds National Wildlife Reserve for championing this project, and for the obtaining the federal grants needed to fund the construction of this segment in full. Without the foresight and persistence of both of these agencies, we would not be standing here today. It has been an extreme positive experience for the city of Arvada during the last number of years, from feasibility studies through the construction, and we thank you. I also want to thank the Farmers Reserve and Irrigation Company, which owns and operates the Crow Canal, and the Farmers Highline Canal and Reservoir Company, which owns and operates the Farmers Highline Canal. I want to call that out because typically trails are not on the canals, and this is a great partnership, and we're furthering that connection. We also want to recognize the importance of this regional connection and who worked with us to negotiate public access and infrastructure agreements on and across the lands to construct the trail and allow the public to enjoy for the first time over half a mile of canal corridor along the new trail adjoining the library, and whose involvement and support of the vision made this segment of the Rocky Mountain Greenway Trail through Arvada into Westminster possible. We also want to thank Jefferson County Public Library Board and Trustees and Sand Lake Library staff, who has been very supportive of the project adjoining to their land, and who we look forward to working with soon as we discuss and design a shared trailhead, an environmental education node for the Rocky Mountain Greenway Trail located on library land. We're excited to highlight this amazing public resource available through the library system and the message of appreciation and conservation of nature we can convey together this effort. And again, thank you very much for coming out to the great city of Arvada. We appreciate you being out here.
Thanks. I was really worried about the number of pages there, but you did really well. Oh my God, I'm already going to have to use a hook. Okay, so far so good. Yeah, a little levity, that's always a nice thing. It gives me great pleasure to introduce Randy Ahrens, the Broomfield mayor. Another great city here.
Thank you. Broomfield is the 9th fastest growing city in the country. So I just thought I'd bring that up. And just for fun, but we're glad to be here. I heard that the speaker that speaks the shortest gets a glass of lemonade, so I'm going to win. This morning, Broomfield was happy to hold our 14th annual trail adventure, and we developed a little program. We have passports, and I want to talk about this just briefly, because I know we're all excited about having a Greenway trail. So are we. It's actually route number 16 in our passport. And what we started last year with our passport, we wanted to encourage kids and families to get out on the trails. So we picked 25 trails and then did a passport. At the end of the year, everybody that completed the trails in the passport, we gave a Sacagawea $1. Sacagawea was the Indian guide who helped Lewis and Clark. And as you know, this section of Colorado was part of the 1803 Louisiana Purchase. So we thought that was very symbolic, and we had about 800 or so people sign up for that last year, and many people completed it. But one of my favorite, we completed on our Broomfield Day. It's the 3rd week in September, and one gal came up, and I kid you not, she comes up, she's in a walker, and we said, "Do you want to get your silver dollar and your t-shirt?" She says, "Well, I didn't earn it." She says, "I only did about half the trails." I go, "In a walker? Are you kidding me?" So we gave her a t-shirt, and it's one of the best stories that we have, but we're glad. And yes, the local officials sit in the shade, so I'm not going to delay, but we are glad to be part of this project. I want that glass of lemonade. Ed, would you like to borrow my hat? Okay. All righty. Anyway, we thank you. Broomfield definitely supports this project. It just skirts a little bit of Broomfield, but it's a great amenity. Broomfield's been working for years to try to connect trails. Libby, I'm going to invite you. In fact, I'm going to give you a passport because Broomfield and Westminster for years up on the northern end have worked together to interconnect the communities where we can go together and enjoy each other's parks, amenities. It's all about loops and connections. And all these communities up north have been working hard on that for years. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. This is really terrific. We're really seeing some of the genuine trail spirit that, and there's a little trash talking going on over here, which is just really helpful. I really appreciate it. And I'm not nearly as staid as I thought this was going to be. That's great. All right. Alberto Garcia is our Westminster Mayor Pro Tem. You got a tough act to follow now because everybody's raising the bar.
I don't know. You guys better bring your A game.
My name's Alberto Garcia, I'm the Mayor Pro Tem, and with all this trash talking going